Well, as soon as Trey gets here, we can get to work.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing by now.
Like always.
But he's riding that stupid bike here again. I don't know why he insists on riding that thing. It's kind of nerdy.
She's a brick house, almighty mighty. We let it all hang out. She's a brick.
He's been a nerd since he was 4.
Oh my God. Oh, look, there he is now.
Woo! Woo! Oh, almost fell there. Hey guys, I'm here. We can get to work now. Sorry it took so long. There was lots of traffic. I was going real fast today. I hit 22 miles an hour. I was like, zoom, oh man. It was crazy.
You know what, honey? I think it's finally time for you to get something a little bit cooler than that bicycle.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know, maybe something like a motorcycle, something a little bit more badass.
A motorcycle? But those are dangerous. I could fall and hit my head.
You know, I think you're taking this role as a dad a little bit too seriously. I want to see a little bit more bad boy.
You know what? I'm not doing this today. You're always being mean to me. I'm leaving. You work by yourself today.
Well, I don't know where he's going, but hopefully he comes back a little bit cooler.
How's this for badass?
What is that?
This is the Eahora Knight M1PS electric chopper.
No, what is on your arms?
Oh, I got tattoos to be badass. Doesn't that make me badass?
Okay, we'll talk about that later, but what is with this motorcycle?
This is a 4,000 watt electric chopper, and it was clearly made for Batman.
Now that thing is badass.
All right, guys, so this is the Eahora Knight M1PS. It's an electric chopper, electric scooter, electric motorcycle. It goes 34 to 74 miles with a full charge on the battery. The top speed is 50 miles per hour. It's insane, honestly, like it is crazy because this thing is so smooth riding that 50 miles an hour, you get there so fast and you don't even realize it till you look down. It's got a 72 volt 2,880 watt hour battery. It's a 40 amp hour Samsung battery. I already said it's a 4,000 watt motor. Equipped with a gigantic lithium battery, the M1PS gives you a range of 75 miles. The removable battery allows you to charge anytime when you have access to a power outlet. Extended range and easily charge enables you travel with peace of mind on long trips. So it depends on what mode you're using. If you're using like mode 1, which only goes up to like, I think 28 miles an hour, you're gonna get that like full 75 mile range out of the battery. Now, if you're jumping into mode 2, which goes up to like 40 miles an hour, and then mode 3, which I think goes to about 50 miles an hour, well, I know it goes to 50 miles an hour, then you're gonna get on that lower end of like 35 to 45 miles per full charge. I've already put 47 miles on this bike since I got it. So I've been doing a lot of testing, riding it around and getting used to it. And let me say, like in that 47 miles, this thing is awesome. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's by far my favorite e-bike or e-scooter, e-motorcycle that we have now. It's a total game changer. It's definitely different than an e-bike. It is definitely in the realm of like a motorcycle, but it's all electric, so it's dead silent. So when we go for a ride here in a little bit, you guys will hear it's absolutely dead silent. The wind noise is louder than the bike because it makes no noise at all. The acceleration is awesome, especially if you're in mode 3. I mean, you can go from 0 to 50 in a couple seconds. I tend to ride in mode 2 and keep it around that 30 to 40 miles per hour. It saves some of the battery, but it still gives you fast enough speeds to give you that exhilarating ride. So the Knight M1PS has a smart waterproof display. Starting the chopper, the display offers exceptional IP6 waterproof performance, providing you with real-time information on your scooter's health, such as battery level, speedometer, odometer, trip odometer, throttle gear, and so on. Also, when the battery is running out, the display will flash. The bike has a really nice integrated light on the front. The integrated light increases your field of vision with the help of the oversized headlight, high beam and low beam that unfold an unobstructed view of the road. With a brake light, turn signals, and tail light, your bike is more distinctive and visible at night. The bike is also equipped with hydraulic disc brakes. The nimble front and rear hydraulic disc brakes engage instantly to reduce the scooter's braking distance. Combined with the ergonomical designed handbar, it provides you a great ease for riding. So this bike even has adjustable full suspension. When riding, the scooter tightens the suspension to reduce customers' body lean and increase more responsiveness, giving a great ease to urban commuting or traveling. One of my favorite parts about this bike is the extra wide airbag seat. The bike has maximum comfort with the extra wide airbag seat. You can stay cool on hot days by simply tapping the airbag for rapid heat dissipation. Experience a luxurious ride with enhanced breathability and style. So on the front and the back of this bike, you have thickened tubeless tires. Tubeless tires with our upgraded brake discs and braking system add more fun to riding. With thickened tubeless tires, you drastically decrease your chances of getting a flat mid-ride. Adding wider and thicker beads, enhanced grip and comfort for your commuting or getting around downtown, and with an average lifespan of up to 6,200 miles. So this is an absolute beast of a motorcycle, scooter, whatever you want to call it, but it is extremely heavy. It weighs 187 pounds with the battery installed. So it can be a little tippy if you're not careful. You got to be careful. It's a close to 200-pound bike. One of my favorite parts about the bike that comes straight from the factory is they give you a phone holder that works extremely well. So now riding down the street, you can put your phone on the handlebars and it holds it perfectly where you can see any of your notifications that pop up. You can use the GPS, whatever you need to do right there in front of you. One thing I've noticed is that all of the buttons and everything is extremely easy to operate. You can switch modes, you can put on the parking brake, you can work the blinkers, the horn, the lights, the caution lights, and the brakes. Everything is super easy to work with your fingers, and I found it, for my first time riding a motorcycle, I found it extremely easy to learn and catch on to. Okay, so that's enough talking about the specs and the details of the bike, but what you really want to see is me ride this thing. So let's get geared up, let's head out to the road, and let's go for a nice long ride on the Eahora Knight M1PS.
Alright guys, so we're going to go for a little ride today. So over here on the left side is your blinkers and your horn. Blinker, we're going to go right. As you can see, it turns on the right blinker. It doesn't turn the blinker off, so you always have to turn it off after you make your turn. You've got high beams, low beams, and then to put it in park, you can press this park. To take it out of park, you press the park. So like if you come to a stop and you're in gear, it's gonna be kind of hard to see. So like right there, we're in gear number 2, and you come to a stop, you're gonna wanna hold your hand on the brake. Otherwise, if you don't hold the brake, it's gonna put itself into park mode automatically. So we just hold our hand on the brake whenever we're stopped. We look both ways, and then we let go and start to accelerate. So over here on the right side, we have our throttle, which is very nice and easy to use. accelerates quickly, but it's not too jerky or jumpy. We've got our lights. So this is like just a ring light in the middle that's off, and then to the left is like bright lights. It's recommended in Florida to always have your headlight on your motorcycle while riding. I think it may even be a law. We've got caution lights, and then caution lights off, and then the modes. So for the modes, you got mode number 1. Let's see. So we got mode number 1, mode number 2, and mode number 3. So we'll start out in mode number 1 just to show you guys what that's like. And I think we have a car pulling in here. We do. All right, so we're in mode number 1, and if I max out the throttle, we've got maxed out throttle is 20 miles an hour. So I think I said that wrong earlier. I thought it was 28 miles an hour in mode 1, but mode 1 is 19 to 21 miles per hour maxed out. As you can see over here, the speedometer says we're going 19, and then over here, the speedometer says we're going 20.2. So the speedometer on the bike is very accurate. As you can see, the phone is clarifying that. So if you're riding in mode 1, that's what's going to give you your longest battery life. So that's where they advertise you can get like 75 miles. That's if you're using mode 1. As you can see here, these bars, I don't know how well the camera's going to be able to see the glare, but all of our battery bars are still full if I'm riding in mode 1. If I was to switch to like mode 2 or mode 3, these battery bars would start to drop while going like faster and faster. But then once you start letting off the throttle, these battery bars come back up. And then as you go further and further, the battery bars slowly start working their way all the way down. I've got a car that doesn't want to pass. It's probably checking out my sweet tattoos. I don't know what you guys thought about that transition there from super nerd to tatted up, but the tats definitely make me look pretty cool. So we've gone 0.75 miles so far, still got full battery. So as you can see, you've got mirrors here, nice rear view mirrors, you've got blinkers, headlight. You have everything needed to make this bike street legal. It actually comes with like a certificate of origin, or like a manufacturer's certificate thing that you need to take to the DMV, and you can actually get this legally registered. I don't know how they're going to classify it. Florida is it still has like a very gray area on like e-bikes or e-scooters. So it'll be an experience to take it up there to the DMV and see how they're going to classify it. But I imagine they'll list it as like a scooter, or maybe even like a moped or a motorcycle. If they list it as a motorcycle, then I don't think I'm going to have a motorcycle license because it's under 50 cc's. So it'll be interesting. I wish I could take a camera into the DMV, but they're probably not going to let that happen. So as you can see here, we put on our blinker, got our blinker going, and we start to go here. We got a car behind us. And then you just need to always turn your blinker off once you make the turn. So we're going to make a nice big loop around our country area that we live out here. At the moment, I don't have a tag on this, but we do live out here in the very nice country. So if I was to see a law enforcement officer, they're not going to care about this. I mean, you got guys riding around on four-wheelers and side-by-sides, and they're not going to care about this super stealthy, quiet motorcycle. And if you just say that it's an e-bike or that you're trying to get it registered if you can, I mean, they're not going to bother you. It all just comes down to attitude with the law enforcement around here, that is. I mean, as long as you're nice with the law enforcement, they're going to be nice to you. And yeah, you'll have a good time. So here we are on this backcountry road out here where we live. This is a beautiful place to come running or biking, or it's a perfect scenario for our ride today. Once we get up here to the top of this hill, I'll go ahead and show you guys mode number 2. So like you can see here, we've been cruising for 20 miles an hour, and the bike's just cruising away full battery. For those of you guys that don't know, I live here in Plant City, Florida. So we're out here in like the country area of Plant City, the very far north end. And this property here to the right is actually one of the largest privately owned properties here in Hillsborough County. It recently got split up. Some of it got split up into like housing developments up on the north end, but everything in here should hopefully stay beautiful country, and all the trees and the animals and the wildlife. Let me get up here under this tree and I'll show you guys something. Oh yeah, so the brakes on these things, the brakes are really, really good on this. It's got these hydraulic disc brakes, and man, these things are awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and switch into mode 2. You just press this button here, and as you can see, it's mode 2. And I believe mode 2, see, it just automatically switched to park mode because I didn't have my hand on the brake. Once you put your hand on the brake, it takes it back out of park mode. But if you leave it off, I think it's like after 10 seconds, it'll automatically put itself in park mode, which is a nice feature. Oh, we got a car coming. We'll let that car go. But that is a tricky feature because I've noticed sometimes, even before it says park mode, it almost puts the bike in park mode and doesn't say it, and then you'll be trying to press the throttle like this and it won't be going. So sometimes there can be a delay, but when you come to a stop, if you just keep your hand on the brake, then whenever you go to accelerate, it'll be ready to go. But yeah, so now we're in mode 2 or gear 2. We still have full battery here. We've gone 1.8 miles. So this is a beautiful straight stretch out here. We've got all this beautiful country land, both sides, and it's just a perfect straight stretch. So let's go ahead and show you guys how fast the bike goes in gear number 2. You can definitely feel the difference in acceleration in gear number 2 right away. That was like 3 seconds. It got up to 20 miles an hour. And now we're at 30 miles an hour. Still climbing. So right there, top speed is 40 miles an hour in gear 2. But man, this bike is so smooth. Like, I've never ridden a motorcycle. I've ridden dirt bikes and e-bikes, but it is so smooth. I think it's because it's got all the weight from the battery in the bottom. It's just such a nice, comfortable ride. So yeah, as you can see there, when I let off the throttle, the batteries come back, like the battery notches come back up there. But when I fully throttle out, the battery notches start to drop down just a little bit there. See, we just dropped down like one notch there. But I usually ride the bike in gear number 2, and I keep it around like 30 miles an hour to 35 miles an hour. That's sufficient for me. I mean, out here on these backcountry roads, that's fast enough for me to go on this bike. There's not a lot of traffic out here where we live, so we don't really have to worry about cars too much. Definitely put the extenders on when you go to put the bike together. It puts the pedals up forward, but it helps the pedals not drag the ground on turns. So definitely use those. So we're gonna make a big loop here. So far we've gone almost 3 miles. We're gonna make a big loop down to the gas station. And as you can see, gear number 2 is really nice. It's a perfect gear and speed to ride around on these backcountry roads. This is where my buddy Mike lives. He's got a beautiful property with a little lake out front and a nice mountain looking house. And then this is they actually do farm tours here, and they built this awesome farmhouse and they painted it all black. Since this road is not bumpy, I'm gonna switch into gear number 3 later on, and the roads get kind of bumpy, so I'll show you how fast the bike goes here in gear 3. So just riding along here, just hit the mode, and now you can see we're in gear 3, and this is where the acceleration is crazy. Like it takes off so fast. So here we go, we're climbing, just hit 41, 43. All right, let's just max it out here. So our battery's dropping significantly in this gear, but as you can see, we got up to 47, but I gotta slow down here. This car in front of me is going a little bit slow. So if you really have to get somewhere, like let's say you got some rain coming or a storm coming and you're trying to get to the house, definitely switch it into gear number 3 and hit that 50 miles an hour. I mean, it's a little sketchy going 50 miles an hour, but I guess if you're on a motorcycle, you're pretty used to going that fast, if not faster. But for me, being a new motorcyclist, that's really, really fast. And I don't like that it starts draining the battery quite a bit. So I'm going to switch back into mode 2 and just drop it back down to around like 35 to 40 miles an hour. So as you can see, we're cruising here at 38 miles an hour. We've got a car behind us, a car in front of us, and it's not a bother to them to stick behind me at 38. I think the speed limit out here is like 40 or 45, so we're just cruising along. So we're coming up to the main road up here. This road actually, I think in some places it gets up to 50 or 55 miles an hour. Most of it is 45 miles an hour, but we're gonna take a left up here and we're gonna go down to the gas station, and I'll get off and show you guys a little bit about the bike. Oh, all right, there we go. Come to a stop there. And then I'm just gonna keep my hand on the brake here so we're ready to accelerate. All right, after this car I should be good. Oh, so it's doing that thing again where, there we go. All right, let's go. Yeah, so sometimes there's like a slight delay there when you're trying to take off. I don't know what causes that. Eahora, if you're watching this video, maybe you guys know the fix to that, but there's just every so often, it's almost like the bike is kind of in park mode or it's not in park mode, and then it just gives you a little delay when you're trying to take off. It's not always, it just does it sometimes. So, oh, I forgot to turn my blinker off, but we're gonna go up here to this gas station. We'll take a left here. Let's see. We'll go up to the next entrance. So these are the two gas stations that are right here by the house that we go to all the time. This one I go to a little bit more because it's got better food options. They actually have like subs and pizza and stuff, and some like chicken and all kinds of good stuff in here. All right.
Thing's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's all electric. So it's dead silent. Yeah, it's dead silent. It goes like 40 to 75 miles, or 40 to 75 miles on a full charge. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's we're actually shooting a video on it right now. We just got it in, and we're shooting a YouTube video for it. So pretty sweet. They make all kinds of cool ones. Like they make like 7 different models in this like Harley style, but this like blacked out version is pretty sweet. So thanks, man. So yeah, everywhere we go with this thing, people are like, this is absolutely incredible, because it looks like a Harley, but it's dead silent. So like when you come pulling up on it, people are like, man, that thing is too cool. Like it catches the eyes, but then they're like wondering why it's dead silent, and it's dead silent because it's full electric. So As you can see, we got some big fat tires back here, some nice tires there on the front too, and then the battery is in this compartment here. So this is where the big heavy battery is, and I think that's why the bike is so stable, because the battery being at the bottom there is like giving you that center weight, so it's like lowering your center of gravity, and I think that's what's giving you that really nice stable ride. But as you can see, it comes equipped with, like, you got your blinkers here, brake lights, tag light, and then it's got the spot to put your tag. So we are going to take this to the DMV and try to get it registered. Here on the front, you got your headlight, super nice headlight, and then you got your blinkers. These are the reservoirs for your hydraulic brakes. As you can see, I've got the Insta360 here, so you're probably seeing some of the footage from that camera. I am going to twist it here and try to adjust it just a little bit. All right, there we go. I think that's a little bit better of an angle for the camera there. All right, so we've gone 5.7 miles. We still have, I think that's like 1 bar less on the battery there. I wish this kind of showed where full battery was, because like you can't really tell. I don't know if there's a way to change that on the app, but I think that's like down at least 1 notch on the battery. So hopefully, I think that's like, oh, it just moved another one there. So that's like 80%, I would call it. Oh, we got another motorcycle over here. Let's go over there and see him, see what he thinks about this. So as you can see, this is what a real motorcycle sounds like there. And then I'm talking to the camera, so that's a real Harley Davidson, and this is a deadly, yep, all electric. So taking it out for a test drive and making a video on it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't had this out for probably a month, and I've been working out, doing some things around the yard before the hurricane hit too.
Oh, nice.
And I was hot and sweaty. I said, I think I'll take it out for a ride.
Yeah, it feels great riding around in the wind. As you can see, there's a super sweet car here. So, alrighty, see you later. So it's doing the delay thing again. Oh, there we go. So, alright. Let's go out this way. We're gonna go, I thought about just taking the loop back to the house, but I'm pretty sure we got a lot more battery than that. So I'm gonna take a loop. Actually, yeah, I know what loop I'm gonna take. We're gonna go out here and take a left, and then we're gonna work our way down and around and come out in that neighborhood right down there, and then we'll work our way back to the house. So let's see. Okay. That was a nice gentleman. This road that I'm turning on now, this is actually a road that I used to live on, probably from 2012 to like 2015, I think. Maybe like 2 or 3 years I lived on this road. I'll show you the house up here on the right. Oh, what are we doing here? Just stop in the middle of the road. I don't know what's happening. Okay, no blinkers. Oh yeah, there we go. We're turning right. We don't know what we're doing. Okay. That was probably one of the Amazon deliveries. We get a lot of the Amazon deliveries out here that they don't actually work for Amazon. They're just random people picking up the Amazon packages to take them and deliver them. So they always seem to be pretty crappy drivers, and they don't really know how to read house numbers very well. Alright, so as you can see here, this is my old house. It's just a little mobile home here, and that's where I lived for about 3 years. Had some really great neighbors over here, and used to go running up and down this street all the time. As you can see, in mode 2, we have dropped another battery bar, or gear 2. I'm sorry, I keep calling it mode, but you guys know what I mean, gear or mode 2. We're down another battery bar. I would love to figure out if I can change that to show percentages, or if it showed like where full was, because it's hard to tell like where the battery is in the current form. I mean, it definitely works, but it could be a little bit better. But this road's a little bumpy, but there's barely any traffic on it. So this house on the corner here is actually one of my childhood baseball coaches, and he currently has a blueberry farm where he allows people to come and pick blueberries, and we go out there every year with Zoe and Liam, and we pick blueberries together, and it's always a great experience. But it's pretty cool what he's been able to do and transform his farm to grow blueberries. When they did all this land clearing here, he actually called me to come out and get some of the trees. They cut down some big monkey pod trees out here, and I was able to get them and take them to the sawmill and make some nice slabs out of them. When I was 16, I used to date a girl that lived in that house out there, but that didn't work out. So now we're in this little neighborhood here. As you can see, it's 25 miles an hour, but from when I moved out of that other house that was over there, I actually moved into this house right here. So I lived here for maybe like a year and a half. Actually, when Zoe and I first started dating, I was living here in this house. Nothing special. It wasn't. It was a rental. My father had purchased it, and I was renting it from him. But whenever the market started to climb, I moved out so he could sell it to those people. But this is a nice little neighborhood in here. All kinds of good people live in this neighborhood. So I'm not sure what this guy's up to. It's a box truck with like plywood doors, broken fishing rods on the back, and an AC unit sticking out the back. How weird is that? And we're going 10 miles an hour. Okay, and he's got a left brake light out. Hopefully if we see any cops, they go after him and not me, because that is pretty sketchy. What are we doing, buddy? Should I honk the horn at him? Oh, there we go. He found the gas pedal. All right, we're gonna hit this loop-de-loo here. This just comes out on the other side. Man, this bike handles so nice. Like, I've never ridden another motorcycle, but man, this thing is super, super nice. Oh man, we ended up behind the guy. Old sketchy mattress guy. All right, so we've gone 8.6 miles now, cruising at 34 miles an hour, and we still have over 50% battery, so we're doing good. Not a big fan of this road here. This is one of the only roads that cuts all the way through this area, so it's probably the highest traffic road out here where we live. There's always crashes on this road, but we're gonna go down here and we're gonna get off of it as quick as possible. This may be where I kick it into gear number 3 and juice it up to that 50. Actually, yeah, let's do it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. Let's hit it with gear number 3. All right, there we go. Gear 3. We're climbing. It's a little bumpy, but we're up to 45, 46, 47, 48, 40. Oh, it's a little windy, a little sketchy at 50. we drop down to 5 bars, but then as soon as I let off the throttle there, it comes back up to 6. So we're gonna take a left here and head back out towards the farm. We'll drop back into gear number 2. We want to conserve that battery. Gear number 2 is where I like to live. So there's that gas station again, and we're heading back out. Oh, turn the blinker off. I always forget that blinker every single time. So used to the blinker in the car always turning itself off. So we're cruising out here. I've always looked at these bikes and I thought, man, that must be uncomfortable having the handlebars way up here, like this Harley style handlebars. But honestly, it is super comfortable riding this thing. I don't know if it's a mixture of that airbag seat mixed with like the height of the handlebars, but gosh, it feels so good to ride this thing. No fatigue in the arms at all, no fatigue in the back. It just really nice. I could definitely see if I lived in like a city, or if I lived like real close to the city, this would be the perfect bike for going like back and forth under probably 30 miles or so a day. Like you can see we're at 10, almost 11 miles right now. So if you had to make like a daily commute of like 40 miles or less, I would say this thing is absolutely perfect. We live really far out here in the country, and to get to town, it would take probably 15, yeah, maybe like 15 miles. So for me to take this to town, it would make it to town, but I don't think it would make it all the way back from town. So for me, it's more of just like a joy riding bike, but I could definitely see this being a daily commuter. I mean, honestly, it just, riding this thing just feels so badass. I really like the big wing design here. It's, I don't think it like houses anything. I think it's more of just like for design, but it's super cool. It makes you think of like Batman wings. Done a easy little 12-mile loop, but we still got 5 bars of battery. And technically the battery wasn't full charged when I started this ride. I had ridden it from the house to the farm I think 2 times, and then rode it all around earlier at the start of the video. So I would say it was probably around like 90 to 95% when we started the video, or started this ride for the video. Really impressed with the braking system on here. It's nice and smooth, and you can actually hear as I brake, you can hear it like, hold on, I'll show you here in a second. Let's see, ready? See, you could probably hear that, but the microphone's inside my helmet here with me. But really nice braking system. It's got those hydraulic brakes there. It's much different than like the regular like disc brakes that are on all my other bikes. Definitely like a step up for sure. So this is the road that the farm's on. So we're gonna head back down to the farm, and we're right at 40 minutes almost. So we'll go ahead and pull back into the farm, because I think this GoPro battery is probably running pretty low. That Insta360 is definitely got to be getting pretty close, because that shoots 8K video, which is absolutely awesome, but it starts to drain the battery pretty quickly. But all in all, as you can see, this bike is absolutely awesome. If you guys are interested at all at getting like an e-scooter or an e-motorcycle, or I mean, even like, this is a great option if you're looking at getting an e-bike. It's not meant for the like trails. Like obviously you could take it down that, but this is more geared for the road. So if you're looking to get an e-bike for like in town or for going on the roads, this is definitely a great option. But if it's not for you, they do have some really cool e-bikes that are meant for trails, and you guys just got to head over to Eahora and check out everything they have to offer, because they have some really cool products, and I'm hoping that we get to test out some more here on the channel. All right, we're pulling up here back into the shop, and that's gonna finish our ride. that was pretty awesome, guys. So we went 13.8 miles, 40 minutes. We still have 5 bars on the battery. And we did most of our ride in gear number 2. As you can see, it just shifted to park there. So now we're at 61 miles on this bike. And this is going to be my daily commuter back and forth from my house to the farm. I only live like 2 or 3 miles from here. I think it's like 2 miles. So every day I'll be riding this bike from the house to the farm, and then if it's not raining in the afternoons, back to the house. But man, I love this thing. So this is the key up here. You just turn the key off when you're done, and then it's got a nice little kickstand there. It does have a kickstand sensor, so if that kickstand is down, you're not going to be able to accelerate. You have to put that kickstand up. This is the pedal extender that I was talking about. If you were to mount these pedals right here, when you go to turn, they would hit the ground if you try to make a sharp turn. So it comes with these extenders. Definitely use them. It also makes the ride a little bit better. You're kind of like feet stretched out. This is the charging port. It takes this big charger here. It comes with a really nice big charger. So you just plug it in there when your battery's running low, and it charges up in like an hour, hour and a half, I think. I've charged it up, I think, 3 times now since I've got it. But it is such an awesome bike. The tires on the back are just these big fat tires and these huge rotors. Really, really cool.
All right, guys, as you can see, this bike is absolutely awesome. Thank you, Eahora, for sending us this bike. If you guys are interested in checking out this model or any models that Eahora has to offer, head over to the link in the description below. If you use the link that's directly below this video in the description and use our discount code TLRD, you can purchase one of these and get $400 off your order. That's huge. So definitely scroll down to the description, click on that link, and go check out everything they have to offer. They've got really cool looking like mountain bikes. They've got scooters that, I'm gonna call it a motorcycle. This isn't no scooter, this is a motorcycle. They've got everything. So head over there, check them out. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section down below. I wanna hear what you think about this model. This is the Knight M1PS. Looks like Batman was, it was made for Batman. But let me know what you thought about the bike. Let me know what you thought about the video. Should I get some real tats? I don't know. This was a pretty interesting video. A lot went into it. But let me know if you liked the nerdy character or if you like the tatted up prison releasey. Also, make sure you smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. As always, guys, if you press that like button and subscribe, it just helps out our channel and it helps us make more videos. As you can see, Zoe ate a huge lunch, but she's also a little bit over 8 months pregnant. So bear with us because we'll be having the new baby here shortly. So we'll be dealing with that and won't be able to make as many videos, but we'll be back in full swing soon. Maybe towards the end of November, December, we'll be back in full swing out here at the sawmill. We appreciate you guys' continued support. We're almost at 500,000 subscribers. So we're very, very close. So thank you guys for subscribing, and if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and let's get this channel to 500,000 subscribers. It's gonna wrap it up for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. You work by yourself today. Let me try again.
That was hilarious. Oh, your bike, you turn the bike around.
Okay, do it again.
Stupid.
I'm leaving. here to slide into your DMs. What's up? I'm here to steal your girl. What's up? People call me Trey, but you can call me Daddy. Ball so hard, all the ladies trying to find me. All right.
You know, I think you're taking this role as a dad a little bit too seriously. I want to see a little bit more bad boy.
Okay.
And
And then I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. Hopefully he'll come back.
cooler.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come back a little bit cooler.
Okay.
And then I hit a speed bump and almost crashed into a turtle, but it was really a adventurous ride to work. At one point, a car went by and it even honked its horn at me. I said, hi. Well, what could be cooler than this bike? I've been riding this bike to work for years.
Oh my God.
Is this badass enough for you? And then you're gonna be like, no, what's on your arms? You're like, oh, I got tattoos to be badass.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
And now I'm going to say, now that thing does look badass.
Yeah, okay.